Because otherwise, when you are doing meditation with everything, your body energy will itself try to divert you here and there. But once you are doing this kind of upvas or tapasya, this is when you actually feel closer to the soul, and that's where you start realizing that, yeah, there is something other than what I generally experience, I can experience. So that's has been my experience, that this tapasya actually brought me closer to my soul, which I had never felt that much. So that's my experience.
Jai Jinendra, everyone. I'll just say about the mental strength piece. So what I felt, everybody would experience that whoever has done any tapasya, it's the first step is the mental step. You decide you want to do it, and that was the thing. This time I wanted to do it after ages. I felt like first Athai I did was I think I was around Manit's age, and lot has changed after that in life, and so I wanted to try it. I was not confident, but mentally I was strong that I wanted to do it, and it felt like a breeze. I was doing tiffins in the morning for kids, and I never felt like, look, okay, I want to eat it. And if you know me, you know I'm a big foodie. And especially I love the fourth meal. So, so that was the thing. And after Athai, I realized that how strong I can be. Like, because at night, if I'm hungry, oh, I cannot go to bed without eating anything. Two, I was doing Athai. And then I realized that it's just my mental, it's not the physical thing. And after the Athai, I decided to continue Chauviyar. And I was like not feeling anything. The person who is like almost, who has to have something, some snack at night, it was just, I realized it's just the mental thing. And that motivated me. And the other thing is, like in India, you see so many people around you going, and like that motivates you. But I'm so glad that we have sung, like everybody is motivating everyone each other, like every year. And that's, I'm very thankful.
Jai Jinendra, everyone. So this is my second time. I did this Lakshmi last year, and so this time I was like I didn't think I will do it this time also. But when it was the first day, like my husband Navdeep, he also said like I also want to keep the fast. So this give me a motivation. Ki, okay, that's good. If he's also encouraged, he's also thinking to keep the fast this time. So I said, okay, let's start. We can both, we can do. So he suggested, okay, let's do one day I will keep the fast, another day you will keep the fast. So I said, no, it will not work for me like that. I will keep all the 10 days. I know I have that willpower. I will not feel hungry. That I'm very sure about it. So he was little worried for the family, for the kids, like how will you manage? You like you will tired, or you will feel hungry or thirsty. So I said, no, I know I can do it. I will do everything, household work, picking up, dropping, everything. You don't worry. You whatever you want to do, you can do it. But I'm pretty sure I will do it. So he said, okay, fine. First day I will keep it. Next day he said, I think I'm feeling better, so I can do the second time also. Then third day also passed. And then he said, oh wow, I did 3 days. It means tela, 3 days continuous I did. Said, this is miracle. Like first time means in the morning, first thing I need my breakfast. In the meeting, like he's so hungry. So he said, it's a miracle how without food I'm surviving after 3 days. So I said, okay, so you should continue. I never said like, okay, fine, done. Okay, you don't want to continue, it's okay. So he did 3 days nicely. Then fourth day he started, having acidity and health issues. So then he said, okay, fifth day I will open it. So I said, don't worry, it's natural. I talked to some of our songs friends, and they also gave some and ideas. So because this is totally new for us in our families, also nobody keep those 10 days fasting. So both sides, it was a lot of pressure also for us. Like we are doing it, so we should not make anybody feel, oh, they have discontinued in between, they had some issues and all those things. So I keep on encouraging him ki, okay, it's natural, you can you keep the fast going. But he was so much nervous and having tension, like how it will work, because I have a lot of office work also, this, that. So a lot of anxiety he was having. But after 5th day, like he was, his health was starting get like poor. Like he was not feeling good at all. But he was keep on busy in whenever he was doing meditation and swadhyay, so he was feeling much better. Other time he was having a lot of stomach ache. But everybody was encouraging. Even my kids, they were saying ki, no daddy, you have to finish it till 10. You can't stop in between. So nobody was supporting him ki, like, okay, fine, if you are not feeling good, so you can discontinue. So everybody was saying you have to finish it, you have that willpower, you can do it. So my family, means my in-laws also, my mother-in-law, she said to him, like, okay, just do one more day and then you can open it. The 9th day. She said, okay, 9th day you can open it. So then he said, okay, it means I have to finish it. Anyhow, nobody is supporting me to stop it. So that's way. But he was very happy after doing the tap. And I'm so happy, like we both did it together with all the household things, family things. And we never felt, bad about it. We felt really good. And our kids were also supporting. And even they also started doing tap, like all those things. So it's good.
Thank you, Dipti. Very, very inspiring stories. And I hope this doesn't give ideas to all the other people. So, all right. I want to give maybe 30 seconds if somebody wants to speak, especially somebody who has not spoken. Just really 30 seconds because we are almost 20 minutes late at this point. You want to speak, Vivek? Keep it brief, please.
Yeah. So Jai Jinendra everyone. I would just like to thank the Sangh entirely for my athai. To be honest, like I always do like 2 days in the beginning, 2 days at the end. But this time, while I was here, the first 2 days we had the Janmanchan and everyone, and talking to Molek and Parth, everyone was just motivating to go ahead and do it. So that was the reason I could do my athai, to be honest.
Thank you. We do Anumodana one more time, and I think we'll move on with the next stages. So, Anumodana, Anumodana, Anumodana barambar. Anumodana, Anumodana, Anumodana barambar.
દિવસ કેવો છે સોના કરતા મોંઘો છે સોના કરતા મોંઘો શું તપસ્વી બહુમાન
Thank you for that. There's so many inspiring stories. I was my dad is here from and he was telling me about a story for some 80-year-old gentleman in India. He had with multiple chronic problems, heart diseases, who basically takes about 15 tablets a day. And he did a mass Khaman for the first time in his life. And then he did Parna. And after a few days, he did the second mass Khaman. And he just did Parna yesterday. So that was pretty amazing.
So while we are getting set up for the next session, I just want to point out something here that we have obviously all the names here. And you will see Manit's name here. Manit's name is, why is it under 9 plus Upavas? Because for a 16-year-old to do 8 Upavas is almost like 16. So any one of you anyone of you who might have noticed it, I just want to tell you that it's not a mistake.
Okay, so the next section is an update on Jinale and constitution update from our TC. I'd like to call upon Manoj Bhai and Naren Bhai as well.
Jai Jinendra, on behalf of all trustees, I'll be updating very quickly the progress of our landmark, the beautiful new Jinalai project. It's going to come very soon. But before that, I would like to congratulate all these amazing Tapasvis, what they have done. Khub Anumodna. They are the one who are going to inspire us to do something in our life. Hopefully, I can inspire from them also. Ekasnu Athai to 8 days moan. It's not easy. We all know. It's very, very hard. I would like to advise everybody that support them, help them, so they can do better than what they did this year. And it starts from their better behalf and family and our son. Let's don't forget our dynamic EC team, what they have been doing amazing job. This EC team has been working day and night, hours and hours, so we all, Sangh member, Tapasvi, can enjoy every function without any difficulty and feel coming back and back. So we are very, very fortunate to have this amazing EC team. Also, not only EC team, we have a AV team, super dynamic, we have a MRI team, we have a Puja team, we have a Seva group, and food committee. Talk about food committee. I would say we all will agree, we are so fortunate. We have amazing, ever smiling Krupa, Kunal, and family. Absolutely very, very proud of them for their amazing dedication they have been doing for all of us to bring variety of food at very low price so we can save money for Sangh and without any expectation of appreciation. So let's give a huge round of applause to Krupa and Food Committee. I don't know where is Krupa, but I'm sure, as usual, sitting in the kitchen, that's what our best place to like to be there. Okay, fun time. I'm going to tell you the timeline, what is happening with our Jinale project. After all of you have approved this project, in middle of August, trustee committee and permit subcommittee, we all got together with Joe, architect, went over updated planning, permit, high level, some building designs with several changes and signed the contract. so Joe can submit to County of San Diego for our preliminary approval. So that's already done. By middle of September, they have already submitted. We paid a few fees to the county, so we can expect next process and information from them what to go for upcoming our project. So we can say the work is in progress actually. We are very lucky, we have very aggressive subcommittee members who have been very much involved, keeping in touch with Joe, architect, and trustee, so we all can know what to expect. Now, next, what to expect after this submission of the plan. Basically, it looks like within the next 2-3 months, county may come back with some suggested changes, and Joe can submit a final construction drawings and permits, so we can have some good news for the final building permit drawings. So that's what we are expecting by probably January next year. We'll try to keep you updated as much as every quarter on the progress of this Janale project or any milestone happens in between. It's very important that Sangh should know what is happening, and with the help of permit subcommittee and all trustees and ACs will definitely reach to our dream, our goal, but slow and steady. So all I can say, all is well right now. So hang on tight. Let's hope, let's pray that everything goes as we planned and we can hear some good news in a short time. Meantime, enjoy upcoming all Navratri, Diwali, and all the good event and New Year, and keep saving lots of money, because you know what? Our fundraising committee is going to call you soon. So thank you very much, and hope to get back with you with some good news pretty soon. Thank you.
Jai Jinendra. First of all, I want to say 3 days ago, when the Sangh from New York came, and they were so pleased for unity with all the work that EC and all the volunteers and the committees did. And I was a little bit embarrassed that they gave me shawl and har, which I really don't deserve. It deserves, all of you deserve, all the people who worked and worked so hard. So now about the Constitution, there's not much to say. We already have sent you copies 2 months ago. Then we had a GB meeting on Zoom. Many of you participated, gave us suggestions, so many questions, and some came by emails. And then we reviewed them all, and we have come up with final draft, which Jatin should be sending you very soon. Jatin, did you send it? Okay. Yeah, so it will be coming. But it's not much changed. And we want to do the voting next weekend. You may vote for Trump or Harris, I don't care. But do vote yes on this Constitution. I want I want 300 yes and 0 no. Okay. Thank you. Jai Jinendra.
Thank you, TCs.
Now, if AV team, can we go to the list of other tapasvis?
So my apologies, I think we kind of skipped through some of the slides, and we had a lot of tapasya both during Paryushan and Daslakshan this year. Just amazing, as I said, kids starting 23 months old all the way to people in their 70s. So let's do Anumodana for all of the tapasvis. Anumodana, Anumodana, Anumodana barambar. Anumodana, Anumodana, Anumodana barambar. We apologize if we missed anyone here. We also had to simplify, so I know this doesn't really capture the essence of somebody doing Atthai versus 3 upas separately, but it's a little bit difficult to put everything in slide deck. But also the Parna Labhartis, right? We are extremely grateful to them, even after Paryushan, because they also celebrate Paryushan and Daslakshan. And the next morning, early, they were here. They were preparing stuff. So they really kind of make all of this stick and go. So really, let's have a big Anumodana for Labhartis as well. Anumodana, Anumodana, Anumodana barambar. Anumodana, Anumodana, Anumodana barambar. Okay. All right, so moving on, next we have an update with the year in review. So, Sandeep.
I was supposed to finish this by 11:30, but it's already 11:30, so I'll try to be quick. The first couple of slides are mainly for the new members, because we do have some new members who join. So most of the people who have been here before, they probably know this, but we acquired this 70 plus years ago. And we, as you know, that we have been seeing every year, we have been growing. We are already at 192 members right now. And in terms of Pathshala, 108 students, 72 families, again, year-over-year growth. And we're going to talk about the specific events that we had this year, but every year we managed to offer 25 plus events. And obviously we are completely volunteer. If you can go to the next slide. Narendra Uncle just talked about the constitution. So very briefly, what is the governance for JSSD? We are governed by a constitution, and there is a trustee committee, and then there is obviously a executive committee. And as part of this constitution, whether the current constitution or the new one, we elect the ECs and TCs for a year, 2-year term. And then JSSD is registered as a 501c3 entity with the IRS, so any of your donations are tax exempt. And the actual incorporation happened in 1996. Next, please. Trustee committee, if you can show the picture for the previous slide. So you heard from Manoj Bhai and Naren Bhai, but obviously Sagar, Sunil, and Manish, who is also president, they formed the trustee committee. And then on executive committee, we have the 9 members on the next slide. And if I could have all the TCs and ECs please stand up. Thank you for your service. And then on the next slide, we have even more important members of Jain Society of San Diego, even more important than TCs and ECs, because everything that TC and EC is doing is the wrong slide, by the way. So this is not it.
No, you got the right one. Yeah, now they have the right one.
Yes, I think Tarang got confused when I said the most important. So these are the spouses of the EC, and being on any of these committees means a lot of personal time given, whether it's at home or for some of the people, JSSD's second home. You may actually find some of them more here than at their home. So it does take its own toll at the family and spouses. You know, more so during certain time of the year, like for example, this quarter, when we have Paryushan, Tat Lakshan, and then soon after we have all these events, Tapasvi, Bahuman, Deepavali celebration, and so on. So it does mean that there is basically a series of months, apart from the every weekly and meetings and other things that goes into it. So again, if I could have the spouses also please stand up.
Yeah, let's have a big round of applause for the spouses. Because it really, I mean, these are the people who have to make the sacrifice, because you cannot cut down on work. You have to put in the work that you have to at your office. So really, the time comes out of your family, personal time, and the kid pickup that you are supposed to do that you cannot do, your spouse has to do it. Nobody else is going to be here, right? I mean, so yeah, big. Thank you.
So now coming to what we did in terms of the number of events. So, there's a huge list of events on the next slide. We are not going to spend time going over it, but I think there are a few of the events that were very unique this year, which I'm sure will be close to your heart as well, that I would like to maybe spend a few minutes on. So there was obviously Better Safe Than Sorry by SMSG, first event of its kind. Apart from doing all the religious kind of activities, we also want to organize and communicate to the Sangh items and information that's useful in general. So this was one such thing, but you would probably see more of these in the coming years. And then Camp Cedar Falls Retreat. Woo! If you can have the picture. If there's anyone who didn't like Camp Cedar Falls, raise your hand. And if you had fond memories of this picture, then wait until you see the next one when everyone watching the game and India won.
So I'll just add, this was a contingent of 160 people over there. Just the logistics, the managing, everything. We had couple of people from EC really working from months, right? I mean, for 4 or 5 months straight, taking experience or counting on experience from previous guys like Narendra Uncle, who's done this before, but really kind of putting their unique blend. So really amazing job, and nobody that I know didn't like it.
Yeah,
if
and
you did, then let us know.
If any one of us had to plan this for our personal trip, we would have simply showed up there. But something like this took months and months of planning. I know that Meghavi and Manish went there for a scouting trip. Gaurav and Narendra Uncle, months and months of planning that was behind what turned out to be a hugely successful event. The next, I would like to show something very fresh in each of our mind, the Thursday Vegan Society of America. Their Chet Paripati tip. I think it wouldn't be wrong if I say that JSSD as a whole exceeded all their expectations. I think the New York Sanghs thought that they are here only for a few hours. They will come, have a quick darshan, and maybe grab a bite or so and go away. But I think by the time they left, they were overwhelmed with the kind of affection and support that entire Sangh showed. And this is something that the Sangh organized on a very short notice. I remember we probably sent a mail out to Sangh maybe a week in advance, that's it, because we were still waiting for the details and so on. So again, thank you very much for the support and the volunteer hours that you put into an organization and the food. Everything went very well. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I think that event really captured the true essence of JSSD. I mean, that really is. I was a little bit worried. I think you guys, some of you might have seen my message that we need a lot more volunteers. We had only 5 or 10, less than that, sign up till that point. And I was, the week before, I was out of town pretty much all week. So definitely worried that it's going to be embarrassing, but in the end, it just turned out to be an amazing experience, and they were truly overwhelmed.
So apart from the events, which obviously is the essence of Jain Society of San Diego, I also want to show you some of the financial investments we made this year. There were a few big projects that we had to take up and some more that we'll be taking up this year. But essentially the roof replacement for the dining hall and the terracer buildings, very expensive project, overdue, but under the leadership of Dinesh Uncle, this happened at the most cost-effective way possible. Still, it cost maybe around $55,000, but something that's going to be there for a long time to come, and it's desperately needed. Obviously, we need a roof over our head. So thank you again to the MRI team. Those of you who have not noticed it yet, you will see 2 storage sheds installed in the parking lot. They look like they have been there forever, but no, I mean, the volunteers set them up in a matter of weekend again, this is something that we had to make room for this Pathshala to have them one extra Pathshala room because we can no longer use the 2 old buildings. And again, the sun rose to the occasion, and these were purchased, installed, storage room emptied, functional storage shed, matter of days. And again, at a very, very cost-effective way. We also have the new lightweight chairs that were bought a while ago, or maybe a couple of months ago. So, you know, this should give all the volunteers, potential volunteers, a good reason to join. You know, you will not be lifting heavier chairs. These are the lightweight ones. Electrical panel replacement is something that has come up as a part of our insurance policy renewal. We got to do it, and again, Dinesh Uncle has been at the forefront of it. We know what to do. We have a contractor identified, and the parts ordered. Again, quite expensive project, around $20,000, but this is something that needs to be done. So this will be happening in the coming months. Jatin continues to lead the online user experience. This year we did last year we had started the Pathshala registration, but then we actually added more functionality to it by having both the cleaning slot and the lunch slots also offered through it. And obviously we have started doing the membership renewal also online. And then obviously we have always been doing online GPM vote. When the New York Sangh was here, actually I could hear some of them talk about among themselves that they were pretty impressed with the, all the audio video setup here. And for such a large Sangh to be impressed by our facility and a lot of the AV setup that we have is, I think, is tremendous. And last but not least, actually Manish came across this agency who helps non-profit and non-profit religious organizations with a federal grant to secure the facility better. So we have applied for it. It's a significant grant. It's around $150,000. We don't know how much will be actually granted to us. We applied for it a couple of months ago. We are waiting for the outcome of it. If it does happen, then that money we can use to secure our perimeter better, have more advanced, cameras and such. Motorized gate for the entrance. So there are a few different things that we could use that money for. There's a little bit of uncertainty whether we'll actually get it or not, but we're trying from our side. Next, please.
Sandeep, can I make a comment? Yeah, so if I know a lot of people have problems with insurance. We had this roof, and because of that, we had hard time getting the insurance, and finally it's all settled and all that. If anybody has any questions about insurance, please feel free to call Sandeep. He's called every possible avenue, so he's a resident expert at this point in terms of insurance, and he can also give you some referrals also.
Yeah, I know all about commercial insurance by now. My own personal insurance, I have no idea. Okay, so please listen to the next part very carefully because this is going to be a quiz right after this. So obviously, as a Sangh, we have been growing. We have grown in the last 2 years, just a matter of 2 years. Our membership has grown by almost 50%. Our Pathshala registration has gone up by 40%. And there's a cost to this growth. Our expenses have gone up by at least 1/3, if not more. And then those expenses, we talked about insurance. Insurance has gone through the roof. We have partial insurance, but even that is costing more than what it used to be for the entire 3 sets of buildings. Our operational expenses, obviously food is a huge part. By the way, there'll be going to be a question on the food, so be prepared. MJK expenses, actually food is a big part of the MJK expense, and just that part has gone up 50% in 2 years. That is combined by both the more members, more attendees, as well as the cost of food has gone up. And then the repairs and maintenance that we have to go through and the one-time expenses that happen, like roof obviously we're going to replace for next 30 years, but we replaced this one a few years ago, right? So every year there are some of these big expenses that keep on coming up and we have to address them. Okay, time for the quiz. First one, no points for that one. It's $151, but the next one, how many families' yearly membership fee does it take to pay just the gardening part of it, just the monthly maintenance that our gardener comes and does it, right? What do you think?
And I have the mic if anybody wants to answer.
550.
No. How many families' membership? You have to convert that, but you're not allowed to answer because you know the number. So Jagratiban is not allowed. But again, just to tell you that, if a membership costs $150 a year, how many members does it take to just pay the gardener?
40.
Yes, very good math, Meghavi. 40 members, so 40 family membership fee pays just for the gardening, for gardener to come and trim the hedges. I think it takes a while to register this, but that's really true. We have 192 members, and out of that, 40 members fee just goes for the gardening, which we take for granted. It just happens. Second one, how much does, this is really 20-point question. 60,000. How much does JSSD spend per family for food in a year? Again, think of it with relation to the membership fee. Membership fee, remember, that's why there's a 0-point question, $150. How much do you think we spend per family just on food alone?
Nobody wants to take a guess? What is that? Yeah. Rupa made the question, so she's not allowed to answer. Yeah. Per family, per year you're talking about, right? Per year.
Per year.
Per year. No, how much money does it cost for a family of 4?
So, okay. I heard someone say $1,000. I wish we could spend $1,000. But again, if we have $150 of membership fee to be able to spend $1,000, we should be on the street asking for money.
300 per family.
Yeah, so I think I heard Kripa say 300 and Manoj Bhai also 300. Okay, we spend close to $200. Close to $200, and this is, I'm not even excluding, I'm excluding things that, for example, JCA Sangh came and we had food, that's, obviously for the excellent purpose, I exclude that. Just for the Sangh, event for the Sangh that we basically arrange food for, those cost around $200 per year. So obviously, that $50 difference comes from the other donations that we receive. How much pay for, so this, you have to do some math for this again. So $1,200 donation, if you make it through PayPal, how much fee would JSSD end up paying to PayPal?
But folks should know this.
3?
3%.
3%, $36. Okay. So again, in JSSD, we do everything in the most cost optimized manner. So yes, if you are a regular merchant, you will take 3.5%. But because we are registered as a non-profit PayPal, we pay less. We pay $24.37 for this. It's essentially 1.99% plus 49 cents per transaction, which is less than what any other for-profit will pay, but is still $25 is a lot of money for us to be paying, right? So PayPal transactions, we encourage Sangh to make only when a smaller amount, $100 to $200 max. I do get this question a lot. While we accept donations in any shape or form, not a problem. But if you can, use Zelle or other methods where we don't have to pay. Okay, this one. So I think Dinesh Uncle and Kunal are not allowed to answer this question. How much money does monthly Sangh Seva team save for the Jain Society? Some things are priceless, yes.
With this committee experience for so many years, people don't realize they eat food, they use the property and everything, but be really careful when you use the paper products. We just use it and maybe 5 bowls, 10 bowls, this biodegradable paper products cost so much, and I think that should be one here. We don't realize per person we use so much paper products. So be careful when using that. I would just
thank you for that. Yeah. Okay. So Tarang, if you can go to the next slide. With that background, I just want to let you know that we do need continuous investment from the Sangh. I don't want to call it donation. It's an investment into yourself, investment into your community, investment into Jain Society, right? So this just gives you an idea what's the current situation. We did get, after MJK, we did have a good number of OPEX pledges, but we are still at 50, while we need to be at least 60, 70. And then our general donations over the last 2 years has dwindled down quite a bit. So, we are not doing any fundraising specifically drive right now, but if anyone wants to pledge anything, find me or anyone from us in the EC.
We want to be pleasantly surprised.
Okay, so that was it about the 2024 significant events and financial status. Next, we'll move on to the volunteer appreciation. And we're going to show names of all the volunteer team leads, and if they can come on the stage, we're going to do a similar Q&A with them as we did with Tapasvi's earlier today.
All the volunteers, please, I think the leads. Yes. So, in the meantime, when people are coming up on the stage, I think there is a chance that if you randomly come over at the center, you'll find a few people here anytime, any day. And, Dinesh Uncle is definitely one of them. And sometimes, he's climbing up on stairs that is like changing the light and all that, and you are actually worried what's going about all of that, but he doesn't care. Please, volunteer leads, I think you know who you are. We've already intimated. We need to move forward a little bit faster.
So the way we're going to actually have this particular session is that each of the leads here will have time in the beginning to talk about what they do, what motivates them to lead that activity, and then after we had done one round of that, we will then go into Q&A.
And really, these people are extremely passionate about what they do, so they can talk about the activities for hours and hours. But what we really are requesting is to have it a 1-minute spiel, so that just to make aware what you do, what that activity involves, and hopefully that's going to also generate some interest in people joining that volunteer activity. That's really the goal. Anumodana, Anumodana ba. Anumodana barambar. We'll start off with Tarang, so you be ready. We'll go around. Tarang is one person that you'll always see smiling. We send him emails that, hey, we need help tomorrow. And then after a little bit, the message comes up, sure, what help do you need? And then suddenly the AV team is ready. So it's pretty amazing that all the last minute requests that AV team is able to accommodate.
So we're going to start, we're going to follow the sequence, starting from Tarang, going all the way to Tejal. Essentially, each one of them is going to talk for a minute about what they do, what motivates them to lead this activity, and why someone should join their activity.
All right, Jai Jinendra. For those who don't know me, I'm Tarang. I coordinate the AV team activities here at Jain Society of San Diego. We have a small but really powerful team of volunteers who take care of all this stuff here. We, as a AV team, take care of any live event that's happening right now. As you can see, like YouTube live streaming, manage the audio, video, PowerPoint presentation, installing any microphone speakers in the temples, or planning for the new Jinalai. Any technology related stuff, we take care of it. We have like a core team of, actually before we go to the team, let's go back a slide. So we, new additions in 2024, we set up a new audio system in Swetamba temple. We got a message that that's not adequate. Within a week, we were able to get approval from TC. Thank you, in EC, thank you for that. We were able to install it and get it ready in a very short span of time, thanks to the team. The program display behind AV booth, it's turned off, but we have seen our programs go pretty long sometimes. So there's a timer over there which kind of tracks. It's not on right now, but there's a timer which tells the presenter that, okay, how much time you left. We had a the youngest Sevak man that during MJK, it was really effective. It will tell, okay, Manish, you have like 3 minutes remaining. Just quicken up. I'm just picking on Manish because he's not here. All right, so that's the new addition. We added the 75-inch TV in the dining area. We procured a bunch of TVs, and we are very, very, very frugal. For example, the Pachalam TVs and all, Krunal found a really good deal. Someone was getting rid of the older TV sets somewhere. The Krunal went, picked them up. I think Krunal, you got like 4 TVs, combination of 55-inch TV to 40-inch TV and 32-inch TV. So without spending even $1, we're able to meet the needs of the Sangh. So we are trying to be as frugal as possible, but at the same time meeting all the growing needs of the growing Sangh that we have. 2023 editions, I think you can see the 2 TVs over here on the cultural hall. We added that. We added like high resolution video recording plus live streaming. We have a new audio system in the new temple, wireless microphone sets, and bunch of TVs again in the parts room. So overall, the team is small but very active. And thank you for supporting AV team. And thank you all the volunteers. I'll just go over the volunteers real quick. Yeah. All right, so first of all, we have Krunal. Krunal is Krunal, as you know, he is one-man army. He is a pillar of Jain Sangh and he's a pillar of AV team as well. He will be here. He will be taking care of setting up the tables and chairs in the morning, and right away he'll turn around. As soon as that's done, he'll jump over here, do the AV recording as he's doing right now. Then after this, he will jump over, do the food serving. So he is tirelessly working in serving the Sangh. He's just looking for more and more ways to serve the Sangh. So we are really happy to have Kunal on our team. Thank you so much for your service, Kunal. Supporting him is Vardhan. He's a quiet player, but he is a strong player. No matter what, like on Thursday, we had a Jain Sangh visit JSSD. Kunal and Vardhan came over here Wednesday night to set everything up, to make sure everything is good to go for them. So you might see flawless execution over here, but behind that, there's a lot of prep that goes in, and a lot of thought that goes in. Then we have Nilay. Nilay again is a very dedicated volunteer. No matter what, he will be here. Like if no one's available to do it us, but Nilay will be like, okay, don't worry, I'll take care of it. Again, he knows everything. He is very dedicated, very passionate. And all these people, they like to work in the background. They don't get the limelight, but I really thank all of them for this service here. Keyur is also a stable member of our AV team. Then Manish Bhai is in India right now, but he changed the label. He's a permanent intern. It's really good to have Manish Bhai's wisdom and insight for the AV team. It's really helpful. And then we have extended team, like the big events, MJK event, where we have like 300, 400 people in attendance. There's lots going on. There's a lot of things in the behind the scene as well. And we have Vipul Bhai taking care of photography, Nimish Bhai, who is newly volunteered to take care of some stuff. Vihan is the youngest member of AV team. He's 10-year-old. Tejas Sangvi, Himali Shah. Himali takes care of the graphics and video editing. Swagata takes care of photography. Dushin Dave, he came with the SMSG event, and he really helped out during that event. He was happy, and he offered, I don't think he's part of JSSD, but he offered help, saying, okay, I would like to come and offer service over here. So really thankful and grateful to all these volunteers who do the service. We are recruiting. It's a small team. Anyone 20 to 50 years of age who is like slightly tech inclined. I think what we need is more passion and execution. I think we will teach you the basics. AV is not that difficult. It's just you need a lot of passion to execute. So if you guys are looking to serve the Sangh, please contact me. Thank you.
Thank you. As you can see that the passion comes out, right? It's hard to stop when you're really passionate about something.
Hello, my name is Swati. We have a very active puja group. We have lots of young and some experienced people. Together, we make a really great team. We do have a lots of fun. In our puja group, all of are very good singers, and of course, with beautiful music by Prabodh Bhai Vora on keyboard and Milan Bhai Talsania on tabla, our puja is very lively. Luckily, everyone knows everything, so in preparation of Snatra Puja, it's very fast. Snatra Puja or any other puja, everybody is very fast. We have once a month Snatra Puja. Usually it is on the 4th Sunday of the month. We do take a big part in MJK's Swapna ceremony too. Anyone can join the puja group. They have to be JSSD member. And they don't have to know anything, but we do need commitment. Thank you. Anybody question? I don't know. Okay.
And you can see the list of people who are very actively involved in coordinating the puja group, the Shwetambar puja group. Avanti can talk about the Digambar puja group.
Sabve Sim Jai Jininda. Wanted to start with our puja group, what they are doing, but before that, just wanted to say a small slok. Deva puja guru prasti swadhyaya sanyam stapa danam cheti grahasthanam shatkarmani dine dine. The meaning of this is every Shravak has 6 essential every day. Dev puja, Guru Upasna. The third one is Swadhyay, Sanyam, Tap and Dan. So that's why this Digambar Puja group is the goal towards that, to provide the platform for everyone to give the Dev Puja benefits, right? And the goal of this group is to guide others in rituals, allowing them as well as me to share my knowledge and devotional, while also helping others to grow spiritually. And also, I definitely find creating and giving them positive atmosphere where everyone can come together and in worship and devotion. So it is a unique opportunity to deepen the spiritual understanding and build the sense of community. As you can see here on the slide, we already offer, we do the every month, most likely second Sunday, we do the puja. We offer that, and we have started doing the home puja also. If anybody wants to do Naukar or Bhaktambar Vidhan or 48 Diya Anusthan or any other puja. And there are volunteers that you can see the names, and I'm definitely looking for some more help because I'm planning to add few more activities. So definitely I want to do that, and we are offering the kids English puja also. I teach them every year, at least twice a year, and giving them that platform where the next generation can learn our rituals, our values, our culture, and that is very important. Thank you, everyone.
Well, everyone prepared very well. I didn't have anything. So next one is the daily Abhishek group. If you see on the slide here, we have a quite dedicated, our daily Abhishek group in the Digambar group. We do our Bhagwan Abhishek daily. So it's a 365-day commitment. We have some great, like Nitinji, even those 8-10 days of fasting, he showed up every day in the morning with double energy and standing for 1.5 hours, doing all the puja, going back with more energy. So that's the energy you get if you get. The only thing I will say is, as the first thing is very important, it's daily, rain or shine, doesn't matter. We get challenged when it is more like towards this daylight saving, because we do Abhishek once sunrise happens. So we have to wait until that. We cannot come like 5 a.m. and do the Abhishek. We can do all the prep work before. So that's the only commitment. It takes around 2.5 to 3 hours door to door to come, prep, do the Abhishek rituals, and then everything you have to put it like aside, wash it, clean it, dry it, lock the temple, lock the gate, go back home. Back home going is a little bit challenging based on the traffic. Sometimes we start working from here knowing that there is a long traffic. And then we go back after the traffic is resolved. The only thing I'll say is, we are fortunate that humko manushya paryay mili. We are fortunate that we are in the Jain Kul. We are fortunate that we have a temple and Bhagwan. And we will be more fortunate if we can join and do this daily Abhishek. Then you are on the path of moksha. I'm pretty sure on that. So thank you. Please join us.
Jai Jinendra everyone, my name is Kunal Mutha. So just a question, how many have you heard about Sangh Seva before? A lot of people. Just to let you know, we are hiring. So those who don't know about the Sangh Seva is really focused on keeping our center safe, clean and organized. So when you enter the property, you will see all the buildings are either clean or they are safe to use. Whether it's like little things like emergency light or the exit doors. So all these things we do in the Sangh Seva, not only cleaning, but do a lot of inspection and pass it on to the MRI team, which Dinesh Uncle will share a little more detail. It happens every second Sunday of the month. So if at any point of time in the year you feel that you would like to offer Seva, you don't have to ask anyone. Just show up on second Sunday and we will be there for you to basically offer your Seva. What exactly we do is, as I said earlier, we do cleaning of the entire property, including both the derasers. We do safety inspections that include fire safety, exit doors, emergency lights, sprinkle systems. I don't know here how many of you know how to use sprinkles and how does it work. Anybody knows? Looks like not many, right? If you want to learn more, yeah, please feel free to stop by. A lot of things to learn. So if I look back, back in 2016, Kishore uncle was the one who asked that, would you like to join our Sangh Seva group? And I never knew. I was one of the very few people who has been coming here right from day one when this property was purchased. And when I came here, I found two things here, that all the seniors were part of the Sangh Seva. Nobody for the youngsters, hardly very, very few people. And you will see in the volunteer list, majority of the people, those who are coming here, that's their driving factor. My driving factor was one of the factor was the seniors. I think our seniors, as you know, अपने Indian culture में भी ये बताया जाता है कि बड़े जो हैं, they are here to guide us, they are here to give us a wisdom, not to clean the property, not to do the inspection. They are here to give us the guidance, what we should do in the future. So that was the really a factor that, okay, if I cannot guide, I can at least contribute, help them so that our Jain society or the property can move forward. And the second thing that stood out was about giving back. How many of you are here who has actually gained a lot of relations, lot of family friends after coming here? Just very few, that's it? Everyone here, right? So have you ever thought about giving back? How can we give back to the property or this society? So this was one of my driving factor, that since day one I joined, I met so many people here, so many uncles, aunties who basically guided me, who gave me a lot of things in life, what I can do. They gave me here how Pathshala is here. They gave me how we work together as a team. So to give back, this is one of my force that always resonated with me that, okay, I should come here and give my seva whatever I can. So to give you something in numbers, most of you here are engineers, right? So we request only 2 hours every month, and how many are there in a year? Everybody knows, right? 12 months, so only 24 hours. 365 days, so you can think about it. If we can not take those out of it, I don't know what else we can do in life. We even give an option that even if we can do 6 times a year, like every other month, because there are family commitments, people have kids, they have to go to the classes. So if anyone is interested, even if you can offer 6 times a year, not entire 12 months, you are always welcome. And we work as a team. It's not like if there are certain rules or set up, we're going to do that way. If you feel that there is a certain thing not being taken care of, we always work together. We hear everybody's opinion, feedback, and do what is good for the property. And I would like to, actually when I use my thank you word very, very carefully. When I say thank you, I feel like I'm saying people. So one thing I would say, all these volunteers, one of the resonating factor they have is what I just mentioned. So I'm really, really grateful to all of them, and that we all were able to come together, give our seva to the property, and bring this entire Sangh together. So again, thank you again, and really, really grateful that we all are part of it, and looking forward for everyone to join in. So thank you. Jai Jinendra.
I also want to say a big thank you to Kishore uncle. I think I saw him somewhere here, unless he stepped out. He did the Sangh Seva. He led Sangh Seva for 13 years, if I'm not mistaken. Please stand up. This year he passed the baton to Kunal, who's really taking it and who's running with it. And you know the numbers. Sandeep has already mentioned the number in terms of how much Sangh Seva saves us every month.
Actually, the concept of Sangh Seva was started by Kishore Bhai. And the concept of ops, which was basically taking care of the facilities. Because without the facilities, what are we going to do? Where are we going to be? If we didn't have a stage, if we didn't have a kitchen, if we didn't have all those things. So, he organized. Kishore Bhai has very good organizing ability. So then, the Sangh Seva, what we are saying right now, we have to change the name now. Because everything that we are doing is a Sangh Seva. We are doing for the Sangh. So, and that's why we have very loving Sangh, because everybody is pitching in, whether you are treasurer, whether secretary, president. Of course, by the way, they are the best sevaks, I tell you. They are awesome. Give them a hand. So, we are all doing a Sangh Seva. This is a small activity, or one of the activity, that Kunal talked about, and there is Kishore Bhai gave a name, MRI. It's a maintenance, repair, and improvement. That's also part of the Sangh Seva, and which is basically, actually organized by now Kunal. I'm just one of the full-time member. I don't want to say a lot what I do, otherwise they will charge me rent here. And I've been threatened many times because we are staying too long. So what we need in the maintenance, repair, and improvements is the people, if you have ability to, and liking, especially the liking is first, and if you're handy, then please come and join us. We all the time, we need some help. So I don't want to talk much about MRI. It is the Sangh Seva that is very important. We all should have that bhav, and most of us do have a bhav. Okay, so keep it up. That's all. Thank you.
Talking about bhav, I don't know how many people here know, because I know we have a lot of new families here. Dinesh uncle used to live in the area called Tierra Santa. 15, and he moved here. We bought the facility, and he moved here with one purpose, that was seva.
જય જય એવરીવન. એઝ અ ફૂડ કોરિડોર આજે મારે તમને સ્વામી વાત્સલ્યનો મહિમા વિશે થોડી વાત કરવી છે. સ્વામી એટલે ભગવાન અને વાત્સલ્ય એટલે પ્રેમ. સ્વામી વાત્સલ્ય એટલે ભગવાન માટે અતૂટ પ્રેમ. આપણા કોર ફૂડ કોર્ડિનેટર્સ દરેક પ્રસંગમાં સેવા આપણને તેની અનુભૂતિ કરાવે છે. સાથે સાથે હું આપ સૌને અપીલ કરીશ કે તમે પણ આ કાર્યમાં જોડાઓ, એનો આગ્રહ રાખો અને સંઘના વધારીને સંઘનું બળ વધારો. એકચ્યુઅલી અમારા આ કોર વોલેન્ટિયર્સ હસતા મોઢે તેમની બધી જ પર્સનલ પ્રાયોરિટીઝ સાઈડમાં રાખીને ઘણા બધા સેક્રિફાઈસ સાથે, હાર્ડવર્ક સાથે સંઘની બધી જ અપેક્ષા પૂરી કરવા માટે કાઉન્ટલેસ અવર્સ આ સેવામાં આપે છે. ચાલો બધા ગર્વ સાથે આપણે આ બધાને તાલીઓના ગડગડા અનુમોદનાથી વધાવીએ. આમાંથી હું થોડા વધારે સ્પેશિયલ વોલેન્ટિયર્સ માટે બે લાઈન બોલીશ. અમારા જે સ્ટુડન્ટ વોલેન્ટિયર્સ છે એમની ઘણી બધી લિમિટેશન્સ હોય છે. એની સાથે 28 જેવી તપસ્યા સાથે એ લોકો બીજા ત્રીજા ઉપવાસમાં પણ સ્વામી વાત્સલ્યનું સેટઅપથી ક્લીનઅપ સાથેનું કામ કરે છે અને સાથે સાથે પારણામાં જાતે ડ્રાઈવ કરીને પારણાની વસ્તુઓ બનાવીને લાવ્યા છે. તો આનાથી તો વધારે હું તમને એપ્રિશિએશનના અને સંઘર્ષની વાત નહીં કરી શકું, પણ ફૂડ મેનેજમેન્ટ ઇઝ અ વેરી ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ, હાર્ડ એન્ડ કાઉન્ટલેસ એક્ટિવિટી ઇન સંઘ. And this activity is like running with the lots of challenges. As a growing Sangh, food management વધારે ને વધારે ચેલેન્જિંગ બનતું જાય છે. તેથી કરીને મારી આપ સૌને વિનંતી છે કે સમયસર RSVP કરવાનો આગ્રહ રાખો, કોઈ પણ પ્રકારની સેવામાં જોડાવાનો પ્રયત્ન કરો, એઠું ના મૂકે એનો પ્રયત્ન કરો અને સેન્ટરને વધુ ક્લીન રાખવાનો આગ્રહ રાખો, જેથી કરીને આ કાર્યને વધારે ને વધારે સરળ અને સફળ બનાવી શકીએ એકચ્યુઅલી. અને અંતમાં હું એટલું જ કહીશ કે સંઘની કોઈ પણ વ્યવસ્થાનો ભાગ બનવો એ આપણા બધાની જવાબદારી છે અને સેવા એ આપણો પરમ ધર્મ છે. જય જયેન્દ્ર મિચ્છામિ દુક્કડમ.
Hi everyone, my name is Dhwani for people who don't know me. I guess EC has been very considerate now to recognize that our Sangh is growing, and my parents always tell me that આપણે આપણું ઘર જેવી રીતે સજાવીએ for any festival, Mahavir Jayanti, Diwali, be it anything, I think the first priority should decorate our mandir, our temple, and for us I think this is our first home, if not first, at least second home. So I think the EC committee has been very generous and kind in recognizing that we need a team to set up this beautiful center that we have as we are growing as a Sangh. And we need to beautify this as much as possible and show our bhav to Bhagwan that we are here to welcome you and this is your house, this is our house. Being said that, we don't have a team right now, so of course, yes, we are recruiting, and we don't need to, you don't need to be creative. I'm not creative either, but you see all these beautiful things that we have, all we need to do is put together in our own ways and make our center look beautiful, I guess. So any one of you who are interested in, I guess, helping us out, and again, we don't just need girls or ladies in this team. We are more than happy to have guys because we need some manual power to lift boxes, to clean up, to put things down, to put it together. And if you see, boxes are everywhere in the center right now. I and some other volunteers are trying to organize. I think we need some dedicated people to put this together, to have everything organized so the center doesn't look messy and Bhagwan will say, oh, mare JSSD definitely jo che. It's decorated so nicely, right? So, yeah, welcome.
I don't know if Jignesh is here or not. I would like to know how did he manage to get his list on top of the list for volunteers for decoration? Jignesh? No, other Jignesh. Jignesh Toshi.
Everybody knows what I do. What I want to share is that sometimes very busy or tired, I don't feel like coming to play keyboard. But then I think that by me being here, if it is devotee's experience can be enhanced, I must go. And that's how I do. Second, for 5 years, I conducted keyboard classes with the hope that when I leave this world, at least there will be somebody else here to replace and continue the keyboard. And I'm still hoping for it, but everyone is with their daily life and what they are not. But I hope they'll practice and replace me when I'm gone. Thank you.
Jai Jinendra, I'm Parul Kothari and we are the leads for Pathshala. Pathshala is a building block. It's a fundamental building block of Jain society. And from here, the kids, what they learn, they get so much more clarity in what they want to do in future from the message of Mahavir. And so that it resonates properly, what we try to do is present in our Pathshala the theory, Agam, the Uttradhyan Sutra, whatever it is in a way that they can understand, with a concept, the way they can understand. We are not compromising, but we are also adding a new way. And that's why we have teachers here. Teachers are also newcomers. We do some training with the teachers. We have workshop for the teachers who are interested in being future teachers in our Pathshala. Also, we try to have the blend of new, young, and older with a experience, but new ideas. Right now in our Pathshala, from level 1 to 7, everybody has a monitor, a TV. Why? Because today's generation, the resonant things that is explained through those ways and means. So we are very mindful of those things. But to build all of this also, we have created an atmosphere where if you come sometimes to Pathshala, if you're not already in Pathshala, you will see it's a thriving and it's excitement and happiness. Why? Because we as a team here, also as a lead, we try to make sure that everyone is respected. And if anything, we talk to them, it's not anytime pulling them down, but lifting them up, not criticizing, showing the concern, how we can move forward with solutions. So these are the basic reasons that our Pathshala is growing phenomenally in JSSD, and I'm proud of each and every one of you for that, in helping us make all the parents make Pathshala an amazing, unique place. And here also want to say that one uniqueness that we do is all the thanks to all the parents that they are helping wash our own dishes and really caring for the environment. So there are many ways we can show that how Jainism is such an important part of our daily culture. That, and thanks Dinesh Bhai and Shushila Ben, that as soon as we presented these ideas, we had 3 dishwashers. So also promoting somebody asked me that, hey, our kids are learning from here and going away and they are not coming back. But you know what? It's not true. Wherever they go, they are shining and there they are presenting. When I learned in India, in the sense, my mom did not know I was here or do some seva here. So we should not worry that what they are coming back here, but anywhere or anything, it's not only Jain society. They could be helping in environment, they could be helping somewhere else, promoting veganism, but they are shining. Our kids are shining. Our duty is to give exercise that you should have a smiling face. What does that do? Right away, it relaxes other person when they meet them. That they are smiling. You're so at ease. And even your karma bandhi kind of little things that we are doing, that helps us grow in a better fashion. Angel to quickly give a little more detail about it.
So just want to say that we have a total charter of 25 volunteers in Pathshala. So gratitude to all of them. However, if you're looking to join Pathshala for your kids or for yourself, we are open and we are here thanks to a lot of the people, a lot of the other sub-teams that just presented before, because of whom we have this amazing facility. So feel free to join us as a student, as a teacher, or as any other volunteer in our food committee or activity committee. We'd be happy to have you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you to all the volunteer teams. Unfortunately, we are running a little bit short on time and we are already late. So I think we'll skip the Q&A part. And we are going to move on to EC now. But one thing I want to say is that each of these teams, when you look at it, they really are punching above their weight. When you look at the strength of the team and what they're accomplishing day in, day out, it is pretty amazing. I mean, they're really true examples of, you can put 1 and 1 together and it's not 2, it's 11.
Yeah, a tie and above, yeah. Deadline is tomorrow.
If you can't find the link, let me know and I can send it over again. It was posted in the official JSSD channel a few days ago. So we'll so as you know, I don't know if Mike is working. Yeah, as you know that our the term for this current EC is going to be ending soon, and so we wanted to do this little section here just to give you an idea about what we do, what it takes, and just to give you a little bit more insight into sort of the day-to-day working. We are obviously going to start recruiting the new EC very soon, and hopefully there'll be a lot more enthusiasm and participation. So we're also missing our president, our inspirational leader, and the ideation man behind the current EC. So what we do, he had to travel to India on a health emergency, but we were able to get his video. So let's start with that, and then we'll invite Meghavi Ben here. She's going to be asking some questions to EC.
Jai Jinendra, JSSD Sangh, this is Manish, your president. I'm conveniently away from San Diego this weekend due to personal reasons, and I apologize for missing this very important event. First of all, Khub Khub Madhumudna to all the Tapasvis, and our heartfelt appreciation to all the volunteers, without whom this and many other events that we have conducted throughout the year will not be possible. Reflecting on the past 2 years, I'm just so amazed how far we have come. Just a few years ago, when we acquired the center, we had outstanding loans of $500,000, and at this point, JSSD is a strong $3 million organization, and the market value could be even higher. And beyond the financial growth, we have also seen remarkable rise in membership, donations, Pathshala activities and students, and even the scale and sophistication of all these events. And just to imagine that all of this happened without any paid employee is just a true testament to how great our Sangh is. I wanted to say a few things about the EC team. As you know, our term comes to an end this December, and there'll be a new committee that'll be formed pretty soon, post-elections. When we formed the team, we faced significant challenges coming off of the heels of COVID. We organized activities, we restarted some of the old activities. The team went through the normal phase of forming, storming, norming, and performing. And I truly believe that over the last 2 years, we have set and raised the bars almost on every event. Thanks to all the planning, support, dedication, hard work, and of course the deep commitment from everyone, including our Sangh members. I personally know what it takes to hold some of these events, and to not do one or two, but almost 25 large events every year. That's just phenomenal, and would not be possible without Sangh's help. As I reflect on the last year, all the way from monthly pujas to Mahavir Janma Kalyanak, which by the way we started and finished on time, Paryushan, even the JCNY Chaitra Paripati, so many events conducted with all of your help, and so for that we are deeply thankful.
Okay. All right. So
there's buffering going on. So
go ahead. No, I think you can start off.
Okay. My name is, for those who don't know me, my name is Mikhavi Shah. Manish Shah is my better half, and I'm saying that because he's not here today. I've served on the committee before, back in 2011, 2012, when we had just purchased the property. So I know what it takes to give that 2-year commitment and the hard work. But times have changed since then. The Sangh has grown many-fold. So a big round of applause to our current committee. To keep pace with the growth, the center, and have 25 plus events takes dedication, diligence, and ton of hard work, support from the family. There are EC members who have young kids. They are taking time away from them to be here and be for the Sangh. So for the new members, really just to understand what it takes to be part of the EC, how many hours do you spend in a week supporting the Sangh? This is like if anyone has seen that iceberg picture with the tip of the iceberg above visible, that is what we see at an event. But the larger iceberg is below the water, where all behind the scenes, all the work happens. I know for certain that they meet every Wednesday, because I'm told at 6 when I finish work, I'm told I have a meeting at 8 o'clock, which basically means make sure I have dinner before then, so you be ready. So just a few questions for the EC committee on what the last 2 years have been. We've had a full active 2 years after the pandemic. So there has been, the Sangh has been enthusiastic, the Sangh has been supported, but the planning work happens behind the scene. And so just a few questions to the EC committee. I won't take up too much time. on what it has been, what the last 2 years have been, especially as their term is coming to an end, and really inspire new members to join the committee. So, couple of you, why did you join the EC back in 2023?
Yeah, this is my first tenure to EC. And when I first moved to San Diego, Manish Bhai was the president in 2014, 2015. Since then, I have seen many events, many things are happening. And this is one of the way for me, as Kunal also mentioned, a way to give to the community, give to the society where we all want to be, where we want our kids to be. And that also brings more connection towards the temple. That's more like personal, that I want my kid to come more temple, get more religiously attached. So that's my personal motive as well. And another motive is just to serve back. Yes, obviously I will support, like Aditi has supported me well back. I have a 2.5-year-old and I'm serving from last 2 years. She was 6 months old, Arisha. When I took that job and I debated her, I said, I want to do it. She said, you go for it, I will support you. So it's family support is very important for any event and for any, I will say, you do for the Sangh.
Thank you, Gaurav. Thank you for everything you've done for the last 2 years. Go ahead, Vardhan.
No, I have similar feelings where this was my first EC. I've been serving on the AV team for quite some time. So it was more of, again, giving back, understanding the back end stuff that goes into planning all these events and all the work that just, not just AV, but everything that goes in there. So I personally have learned a lot in the last 2 years and wouldn't have happened without the support of my family for sure. But yeah, I hope to give the knowledge back to everybody so that we can keep growing.
Thank you. Thank you, Vardhan.
Let me give an honest answer. I did not know that it's going to be this hard. That's why I joined it. So. But no, I mean, this is my third EC. This is my first time that I'm actually an office bearer. And it's very gratifying. I mean, it's satisfying what Gaurav mentioned. You always have to think about the next generation as well. I mean, how we can create that connection. And unless we do it by example, I mean, there are so many in the previous generation who are doing it by example. And unless you do that, it's not going to be, you can say all you want to your kids, but it doesn't really matter. So I also want to give an anecdote. I asked my dad once that you do upas, what is the significance of taking a pachkan, right? You can do the upas without the pachkan, but you can also do upas, but we take the pachkan, and why? And the reason is once you make that commitment, once you take that oath, you are under commitment. And that's when it really matters, because then you don't have the option of backing out. Then you have to follow through with your commitment. And that's the same thing that once you sign up for EC, it is that commitment you have to follow through. And
Thank you, Jatin. Jatin is the point person for all the communication, so he's under the gun all the time.
Office bearer always take the top lead or like most effective. We are just there. So we are supporting staff, they are the main staff.
Go ahead, Sandeep.
I'm going to give a slightly different perspective to it. Obviously, the idea of giving back to community is common motivation for anyone who comes here and to serve, whether on EC or there's so many other ways to serve, right? I'll give you a perspective from the point of view of personal growth. There are parts of brain that you exercise at work. There are other parts of brain you exercise at home, a lot more, I would say. But then, when you serve in a capacity like this, you are exercising part of a brain that would not get exercised at home or work. It's completely different. Being in a volunteer-driven organization where you do need to make decisions, you do need to serve in a capacity that you don't have an expertise on. When I took on treasurer, my only qualification was that I file my own taxes, nothing else. I had no idea about finance, right? But it's something that it's a combination of what you know and what you can learn. It does not matter what capacity you serve in. It not need to be office bearer, could be on MRI team, could be on any other seva groups, AV team, and so on. There's an opportunity for learning. There's an opportunity for personal growth.
Thank you, Sandeep ji.
Yes,
just to add my two...
Just wanted to add a few points. Yeah, this EC team, from the beginning, what I have seen, anyway, this was my first time working with EC team. I have always served 10 years in the Pathshala, before that EC, and then right now I'm handling the puja team as well. So yes, this EC team when started, everything was smooth, everything was going on. We executed a lot of activities in last 2 years. The most important highlight was Pratishtha event, and it was really, really very hard work, and everything we executed together. And it's not something we don't face challenges within ourselves, we do. But we try to find the solution also, get away with it, and move forward as a community members. And we focus on our own Jain values also, principles also. It's not something we are running an office here, not the corporate office. No politics. I don't like it, and I know I keep all of them in check. So yes, this is what it is, but loved working here, and we executed a lot of things, and proud of it.
Thank you, Avanti. Just to add, it is an enriching experience, it is a fulfilling experience, and you learn things about yourself that you didn't know before. So I highly encourage and recommend folks who haven't served on the EC to join the EC. You'll form bonds that will last a lifetime. Yeah. How much time do you put in every week on an average?
So I'm gonna give a slightly roundabout answer to that. It's hard to say a number, but what we have tried to do as a committee is to see. We've scaled a lot, right? I mean, the first time I was in EC, this was I think in 2007. Lata Aunty Vora, she was the president, and honestly, it was a breeze. I mean, needed some commitment. We used to meet once a month, not once a week, so it was a very different level. Didn't had our own facility at that point. So to now, and then second time it was Jagruti Ben was the president, and I wasn't the office bearer, but the work increased, and this time it was a lot more. But what we've recognized as an EC team is the only way to scale up is to put the processes in there. And so we've tried very hard to put different processes in there. How can we make it more, the wash, rinse, repeat type of cycle? But in a good week, I would say it's good as in like the lower commitment week is probably a few hours a week. This probably is the first year that I actually woke up early, not because of work, but because of JSSD work. So yeah, it's probably about, I'd say at least, on an average, it's probably between 5 and 10 hours a week. But again, I think more process we put in, the lower that number is going to start going.
Yeah, I'll say that not so much in terms of specific number of hours. I would like to mention that there's, irrespective of how many hours you have to put in, there's a flexibility as well. There are times I had to travel for work. There are times I had to go to India trip or whatever reason couldn't make it. And same is true for others too. So as a team, we make things happen. If you're not there, someone else will pick up that work. So there's a flexibility as well. So no one should be thinking that, you are on the hook for something, right? I mean, every event, every time, life happens. Everyone from the EC, all the 9 members may not be available. Sometimes maybe 5, sometimes 7, sometimes 8, that's fine. So there's flexibility as well.
If I ask Krunal how much time, he probably spends more time here at the center than he does at home.
Frankly speaking, I never thought of counting how many hours I am putting. So first 8 hours for job, and then second, whatever left is first priority is JSSD. So I have
that
something.
Is some commitment. Round of applause.
I always have something in mind, like what things to be done, like what are the upcoming events, what are the all Sunday events coming and all. So yeah, once you get committed, I think you will get more involved and you will love to do it. That's what I would say.
That is very inspirational. So anyone looking to if you have even an inkling of a thought that I want to join this, I want to do seva, Kunal is the role model to follow. Do you need any specific skills or experience to join the EC?
No.
Yes, I think ownership and commitment, I would say. it's attitude more than anything else.
You know, as Jatin was describing his earlier experiences, the thought going on in my mind is, man, Manish is a taskmaster.
All you need is a good leader. If you want to join EC team, make sure that when you are joining, who is the leader? For me, these 3-4 people, superb. And my work has become so easy. So all the newcomers coming, if you are tech savvy, please join it. Oldies like me, probably not good time.
Or become a leader.
So I think in that sense, our team is very, very fortunate. As Sandeep said, somebody has always stepped up, and people have taken different leads. So when it came time for the Camp Cedar Fall retreat, Gaurav said, I'm going to take that lead role. And he really put in so many hours trying to line everything up. So many little things, I mean, that really was all done. When it was Pratishtha last year, Avanti just kind of took it over and just drove it. So it really helped a lot. Vardhan has stepped up so many times. I mean, oh, this is not, this is needed. That is. So the team has been working basically in silence and under the hood. But yeah, I think, and that's really what you need. Sometimes it's also tolerance. You know, when you're going to have 9 people working in a team, people are going to say something to each other. Sometimes it hurts, but you know, we really have to understand the larger goal, what we are trying to achieve. And as long as we work in that spirit, things just happen.
Can someone join EC only for a year?
No, there are 2 years.
Okay.
I think that's, I would also actually not recommend doing that, because first year is the harder one. Second year is when you reap the rewards of your learnings.
Yeah, good.
Having said that, so yeah, our term is for 2 years, but as you might have seen at the beginning of the year, we did send a request out for more people to join as an extended team. It's another thing, we never got any response, but the opportunity was there. So whoever is asking the question, you had a chance.
Oh, yeah.
Volunteers and even tech help.
So one thing I apologize for that you have had to probably experience for the last 2 years, which is Manish's ideas. I've been living with him for 25 years, so you totally have my sympathy on that. He comes up with the ideas which you think, really, you know, really, and if you want to ask, you can ask Mahek. But how do you bring consensus among EC on those ideas and initiatives? You know, what to do, what not to do?
I think mostly is, okay, let's do it. we didn't, yeah.
Krunal, next time Manish has an idea at home, I'm going to say, I'm going to call you up.
Exactly.
There was never a bad idea.
Yeah.
There was no problem.
Thank you, Ajay bhai.
So no, I mean, it is true. He's an ideas person, right? And sometimes he would say, like, right before an event, and I'm cringing inside. I'm like, one more thing, my to-do list, and that's already not getting done. But he does have a lot of good ideas. I mean, and I think a lot of this thing, I think he's been kind of leading it. Also, you know, you have to lead by example. So he has been the catch-all. Like, people have not been able to do things. People have not been able to find this thing. He would just take it upon himself, and he will do it. So it's not that he's just sort of barking orders and everybody else has to execute it, but he steps up by himself and does it hands-on as well. So that makes it easy for us and motivates us to do it.
Right. And one last question. How do you deal with shortage of volunteers?
We send out reminders until there's no shortage.
Thank you. That is it.
But just more, on a more serious note, we again, even for that, we found a streamlined process. Now, when you RSVP, we don't have to hunt for volunteers separately. And I actually, in my phone, I have the list of volunteers signed up today. So I'm going to go and find them, hunt them down. So people, when they RSVP, they say that they're going to be volunteering for pre-setup or wind down and so on. So it has become a lot smoother that way, I would say.
So in summarizing, last 2 years you guys became an expert and really good at that. So
Yes. Khub khub anumodna to the team for the last 2 years. Sorry. Thank you. Thank you very much
Thank you.
to the committee.
I know we are a little bit over time. We are going to wrap it up in next 5 to 10 minutes. I want to really, unless you have something. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yes. Go ahead.
So yes, we are 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes behind right now. So I'm going to just take a few minutes to thank all the donors, and then Jatin is going to wrap up by mentioning the next events. So if you can show the next. So for the OPEX levels, we have 4 different levels. Benefactor is the highest level. So बहुत बहुत अनुमोदना to Dinesh Uncle, Sushila Auntie, Sameer and Sangeeta Vora. Next is our patrons level, which is 1200, which is the traditional OPEX. So I got all the names over here. Thank you so much. And then the next is supporters and partners in 600 level and 365 $1 aid that we introduced this time. So thank you again. The next is the general donation from a large number of people. Thank you so much. Dignitary hosting. We did not have that much of a dignitary hosting this time compared to last year, but we did have the Sangha step up to do that this year as well. So thank you. Daily Bahuman Labhartis. So again, this is the all Sangh coming together, stepping up. My only role here, my only work here has been to find these nice thank you emojis. Next. Swami Vatsal Labhartis. Again, every time there is RSVP, people step up and sponsor some money towards the Swami Vatsal. So thank you so much. New members, I know that we probably don't have many of them here, but if you can show the list. So we did have a good number of new members. So we had 180 last year, maybe 178. This time we have 192. But then some members could not renew. So the number of people who are new to the JSSD is actually more than that's the difference between the absolute membership. Go to next, please. Jatin can just quickly spend 2 minutes talking about the upcoming events.
Sure. Thanks, Sandeep. So yeah, we're not done yet, right, this year. So events and other items that's going to happen, if you can go to that slide, just quickly. So as Naren Uncle already mentioned, we are going to send out the voting, the constitution voting. I'll send out an information email and message today, and then the voting will start, will be between 4th and 6th of October. Then we have, I think already we talked about the Jaina Tapasvi Anumodna. So if you have not filled out, if you've done the big tapasya and not filled it out, please do so. On 18th, so earlier message said 4th, but on 18th we are going to have the JSSD Garba night. I think we've found a date that really doesn't clash with anything. 19th, we are going to have the Atma Siddhi Rachna day. So we'll send out the information on that also pretty soon. Around 3rd week of October to end of October, we'll be sending out the invitations for the new EC. This is going to be under the new constitution, assuming the new constitution gets approved. Then Diwali Mela is on 26th of October. The JSSD Diwali celebration is going to be on 2nd. I think that is the Diwali day, so we're fortunate that's a weekend. And then Pathshala is going to have their Diwali celebration as well as the Gyan Pancham Puja on 3rd. So that's sort of, as you can see, we still have a lot of events lined up for the rest of the year. So this is, I was hoping more people are here, but talking about the ideation, this is still, wanted to kind of give a heads up before I talk about what these are. There are 2 initiatives we are floating around, and we still need a lot more feedback. So anybody in the Sangh has any feedback on this, please let us know. So we're thinking of having like a setup and Unodri group, if you can go to the next slide. So you can read the text, and we will send out the slide deck so you can read it further. But the whole idea is that, you know, ladies, essentially they're into food pretty much all the time at home and all that. So give them a break, have the pre-set up team in here, because that's one of the big things. Like in every event we need this. Every event we need setup, we need wind down team. And what happens is that the few people who are here, they're sort of they're left with doing all that work. We have been calling cleaning ladies, so that has made it a little bit easier, but we want to have that dedicated team. So again, talking about the process so that it's automatic, right? Every time we have an event, there's the team that comes up, does the pre-setup, the team comes up, does the wind down, and other stuff. So we want to give ladies a break in this one, just as our gratitude to them. And so we are hoping for a men-only team, but again, it's all in works in progress. So any ideas that you have, please come up and let us know. And Unodari is sort of the side effect of that. So we are hoping, the one constant struggle is the amount of food we order. We get RSVP literally, like, I think I saw 11 a.m. today for today's event. I mean, we can't plan for something like that. But we want to be able to at least plan. So, and hopefully if we can do Unodari a little bit, that's, you know, we are doing more dharma in that time. So second slide. Okay, this is another idea Manish Bhai has presented. Essentially, Washington DC Sangh has done this I Am Built Up. They've been trying to build their Derasar, their temple, for last 10 years, and they've had this I Am Built Up every day for last 10 years. So that's the chain that they have been doing, and we want to do something like that. We are hoping this multiplies our force and helps us energize the Sangh base, as well as helps us get to our goal of temple very soon and quickly. So those are the two initiatives. Anybody has ideas? These are still half-baked, but we didn't really had enough time brainstorming it. So, but we wanted to present here and incorporate any suggestions people may have. So with that, I think, let's say San Diego Sangh ki Jai. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Jai Jinendra.